Going on, YouTube? Back at it again. Fifth night of Halloween. Count them, five spectacular, scary nights of Halloween. Tonight, decided to watch Poltergeist. That's right, 1982 classic Poltergeist. Before we get all into it, I just want to give a shout out to one of my good friends, Oscar. It is your birthday. I am so sorry that I can't be with you tonight at Applebee's, but I know Saturday is the real soiree, which I will be there. I just had a lot going on today. Jilton's coming tomorrow to get all the junk and stuff out of my garage and a bunch of other garbage for the twice-a-year pickup. And then plus the baby, for whatever reason, wanted just to be held like the entire day. So I'm sorry. But happy birthday, my friend. I'm so glad you're now 21 so we can go to the bar. Back to it though, Poltergeist 1982. I gotta say, I was actually really impressed that a lot of the film itself aged fairly well. Minus some of the effects, which of course in that time, I mean, they didn't have what they have now. So when you have to kind of look at it and understand it from that perspective of, yes, the cheese was the best that they had, or maybe some of the CG in there looked really, really like superimposed and just didn't look like it belonged. It wasn't, feathered in there the right way. But that's because it's an old movie. It's 20 plus years old. And there was still a couple of parts, believe it or not, like you knew they're coming. You knew they were coming. They still kind of, little jump scare. There was one effect in there though. Like honestly, I couldn't tell that it would have been 1982 or present if I was like flipping through the channels and I saw it when the mom's trying to get into the room and then like the ghost dragon dinosaur lion thing is like at the door with like its things and like blah. Look legit, dude. Like I was like, nice. I liked that. It was pretty awesome seeing Bob from The Incredibles, Mr. Incredible, as the dad, and younger and whatnot, and he's in this. And the movie itself, like I said, for being PG, because at the time there wasn't a PG-13, you had, I want to say G, PG, R, or the NC-17 or whatever. So if you were to watch this with the family, there are a couple of frightening imagery, like hands down, like when the guy is washing his face and there's like a little cut and he starts kind of like going like this and like the sink, like his flesh and stuff and so on. Like that whole scene is like a prosthetic kind of thing, and you can totally tell like it was like Terminator status when he was like fixing his eye. Like you could just tell like how ridiculously fake it was. But of course, at the time when that came out, everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, how'd they do that?" It was pretty bad though. Like you can see like the hands were real, kind of clawing at this like dummy kind of face, and then it's like it's peeling everything back, and you see the teeth. And I mean, being a prosthetic old school effect, it was pretty scary. It's kind of graphic. There's a lot of detail in that. Movie's still a lot of fun, and you do get some creep vibe in there too, because like when the little girl's on the TV, and then she like looks back and she's like, "They're here." You're like, "Nope, bye." Also, when the mom gets like pulled up the wall and like upside down again, I mean, there's so many effects that are so good, and it's just like I feel sometimes with the movies we get today, they've lost that sense of awe and that sense of magic. I understand the prosthetics, costumes, and those practical things are more expensive, but the payoff is so much better. You believe and buy into it way more than you would with some flashy, polished stuff, and then half the time you're just kind of like, all right, well, it's a shark, CG, it's like a polished turd swimming through the water, and yay. I enjoyed the movie. I really did. I watched it very long time ago. I was 8 or 9, I want to say, maybe even 10. And of course, being that young, a lot of stuff didn't quite make sense to me. Like, why is the house being haunted? Why are there like dead bodies coming up as I thought they were rocks? Turns out they're coffins. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen this movie or know the premise, basically this whole entire neighborhood's built on top of a cemetery because they moved the headstones but didn't move the bodies. Maybe if this was like a newer horror movie, I wouldn't really get that. But I mean, this has been around for a while. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people have seen it. They probably even saw the remake. I didn't see the remake. I have to draw a line somewhere with remaking movies. And I just felt this movie didn't need to be remade. It just didn't. I mean, it's a Steven Spielberg project, so even on the get go, it already has that Spielberg vibe, that Spielberg feel, you know, with the kids and the family and the certain type of peril, and it's just enough to get on the edge of your seat, but at the same time, it's not like it's, oh my gosh, I'm so exhausted from watching this, and I need to go rethink my life. Nothing like that. If this movie were to come out today, not the remake, I would give this a 9 out of 10. I really would. The story was really good. The acting was really good. The music was really good. The effects, save for a couple of them, were not really good. Like that to me is a classic horror thriller movie through and through. It's fun to watch, you know. And then if you think maybe you want to have your kids, I asked my kids, "Hey, do you want to watch this movie Poltergeist?" And then my oldest is like, "Sure." And then my 7-year-old's like, "Is it scary or boring?" I'm like, "Kid, I don't think you quite grasp what boring is, because I'm pretty sure if we watch this, you're either going to really like it, or the stuff with the clown's going to scare you out of your mind, or some of the dead bodies and whatnot's it, or the tree trying to eat the kid. What the hell?" Talk about not being a vegetarian, right? Like, I'm a carnivore. 9 out of 10. I recommend it. Seriously. 1982. DVD. That's what I have it on, is DVD. That's right. No Blu-ray, no 4K. DVD. And I understand that there's no D. I can go like this, V. D. Or D. There we go. Anyway, a little fun humor there. So yeah, the fifth night of Halloween, Poltergeist. Check it out. Recommend it if you've seen it. Or rewatch it again. If you haven't seen it, watch it. I mean, you'll see a master of craft for the 80s. Honestly, you really will. Go on ahead and shoot comments down below if you've seen the movie, if you haven't seen the movie, if you liked it, if you didn't like it. I'm curious to know. I think a bug just landed on me, and it kind of startled me because I just felt some. Woo! Throw that down there all below. I'd really appreciate it. Like the video, favorite it, share it, subscribe to the channel, please. Like I said, I'm trying to hit 500, 1,000, and then of course we go from there. So all the help and support you guys give, I appreciate it, and it all helps. It really does. And I don't know what else to say, but you heard it here at the source.